What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Daniel with Bent Rod. I'm building a new color today, shocker, and I think you're gonna like it. I have never done it before. I kind of have been working on it in my head over the last couple of days, bouncing some ideas back and forth with my son, and I think this is going to be a pretty cool color. So buckle up and let's go make some baits. And hey guys, real quick, one of the most common questions I've been getting on the site are, where did you get those two molds? My customs, Mogambo and the rig. Just so you know, they are custom made, so you can't buy those molds, but I am putting in the description of the video today a link to the site of the guy who does them for me. Trust me, reach out to him. He's not pushy, and you will probably be shocked at how affordable they are. I don't want to quote prices, that wouldn't be fair to him, because I don't know what kind of bait you have in mind, but I'll tell you, you would probably spend less through him having a bait idea that's in your head come to fruition with a 4 to 6 cavity mold in your hand than you're going to spend on the cutthroat mold from Angling AI. It's shockingly affordable, and he's good. His name is Ross. You can reach him at custombaitmolds.com. Again, I'm going to drop the link in the description. But yeah, if you want to do that, do it. There's nothing more satisfying than having an idea, drawing it on paper, sending it to him. He sends you the CAD file. You look at it and say yes. He makes you the mold, and then days later you're shooting that bait, and then you catch a fish on it. It's addicting. I will warn you there, it's addicting. I've made quite a few baits through him. I had to cut myself off this year. So reach out to him. Again, his name's Ross, custombaitmolds.com. He'll hook you up. Okay, guys, so here's the build. First off, we are using Dead-On's Heisenberg. If you've never used that, don't even wait till the end of this video. Go to Dead-On and buy it now. It's awesome. And I am going to opaque the Heisenberg with white, and I'll put the recipe on the screen here shortly. And then we're using Dead-On Nurple for our flake. And this I got from Hobby Lobby, these Pearl EX mica powders. I put a little bit of this in there, not a ton, but I put a little bit of this in there just to give it a slight pearlescent effect. That's going to be the top color. Belly color is a lot more simple. Snow Shine. If you haven't used that, just go get it. I'm experimenting with it a little bit today. I don't have a ton of experience with it. I know I love it, but sometimes I use it and I think it's going to be subtle and it's overpowering, and then sometimes I use it and I think it's going to be overpowering and I can barely see it. So we'll see how it turns out today. But then loaded up in that belly color is going to be this holographic string flake from Bait Plastics. So I don't know if you've noticed yet, but I have my temps dropped way down. Reason I'm doing that, the very first mold I'm going to shoot is that botworm mold. If you watched my last video on sugar plum, I was having issues with the belly color and the top color blending together and not really laminating separately. And I think one person just said shoot it low. He said he didn't own the mold, but a buddy of his owned it and he shot it like way down around 300. So there we go. I'm going to start that at 300. I'm going to try the botworm mold. Hopefully, I think this will be a good color in the botworm, but hopefully it laminates, and then I have figured that out, and then I can just move forward from there. So doing a little bit of experimentation, and I might tweak these colors. So I'm not even going to put the recipe on the screen yet. I have it written down in my notebook, but if this isn't enough, I'm going to put more in. If I want this to be a little darker or a little bit more opaque, I'm going to put more in. If I think it would look better with some flake, I'm going to. So at the end, I'll have the final recipe, but that is where I'm starting. And I think per cup, and then this is a guess, if I remember correctly. Again, I have it written down, but I don't want to turn around to get it. I think 40 per cup, 5 drops per cup, an eighth of a teaspoon per cup, and an eighth of a teaspoon per cup. And then this Snow Shine, I did 40 drops per cup. And then this holographic string flake, Holo Silver string flake, I did a 1/4 teaspoon per cup. That is where we're starting. But again, I'm gonna shoot around, see what they look like, and we might adjust. So hang tight, and we will start shooting baits here shortly. All right. I don't know if the bubbles are worked out yet, but I'm impatient. So I want to test this out. Got the botworm mold out here, and then I realized it's gonna look really good in that bandito bug mold. So I went ahead and pulled that out as well. Make sure I got, yeah, that's good. We're good there. Okay. All right, let's try this out. Right now, it has fluctuated a bit. I'm 308 on the belly, 305 on the top. Hopefully that's close enough. Should be close enough. I don't think that's gonna make that big of a difference. But let's see. Get this heated up. And test her out. All right, top goes to the right and push as slow as I possibly can. Come on. Please laminate. Stay separate. I'll take you down to 250. Don't make me do it. I don't even know if you can do that. I've never shot this low. This is definitely the lowest temp I have ever shot baits at, so we will see. Ooh, I like the color though. Can you see that? I think it's gonna look cool. I love that baby blue, like Tar Heel, like North Carolina, like Tar Heel blue on a bait. Love that color. Got to keep an eye on that. I think if you watched my sugar plum video, I think, because I thought about it after making the video, when I was pointing out that the tips of the worms were darker, I think it's because it was a cold mold and it drank, and then I re-hit it and I like topped it off, and I think it mainly pulled the plum in, and that's why it was darker in the nose. That's my theory. So gonna keep a close eye on this. I'm not gonna make you do that with me. So we will come back and demold this. Hey, look at that. And we're ready. All right, let's see how she turned out. Oop. And one more. All right, I'm just gonna pull this off so we get a clean. Let's do that. That way you can see it a little bit better. Where you want to be. Okay, you want to be there. That's cool. That's where I want you to be. Well, it's kind of hard to tell because the belly's clear, so let's look. It would be the first one. Actually, no. It still didn't really. Let's compare it to one in the middle. Oh, see, yeah, no. It is still even cold. The first one, let's see the last one. Last one's a little better. There is a little bit more of separation, but that top one, that top cavity, even at barely over 300, is not really laminating. But, I mean, let's look at one in the middle, because those are the ones that would be on the... Ooh! Yep. I like that. I like that a lot. Let me know what you guys think. All right. I might even just keep these temps low. I'm kind of curious to see how they shoot with my other molds as well. So I'm just going to, I've got the tracers here, because let's face it, it's a laminate. It's going to look so sexy in the tracers, hopefully. So anyway, yeah, I don't even need to cut. We'll just put this here and I will hang that up and grab my gloves. Hopefully the camera being on my chest is a little bit better and not quite as bouncy and vertigo inducing. I could not find my chest mount for the life of me before that last video, and somebody commented. I was like, yeah, I agree. It's pretty bad. All right, here we go. Now, you know what? I should shoot that mold again, because I wonder if the mold being cold would have any effect on that. I mean, I don't understand why one cavity would be affected by a cold mold, but the rest wouldn't. Even the last one was somewhat laminated. The middle ones were great. We'll get it figured out. Maybe I'll drop the temps next time. I would imagine dropping temps now would take forever, since these things have been at temp for a while. All right, let's try the tracers. Back. Slow as possible. That was pretty daggone slow. Adjust this for you guys. There we go. Ooh, no, no. Oh, I got in there. All right, I'll skip it. Go to this one. Do. All right, guys, and when we come back, I will demold these 2 tracer molds, and we will look. Okay, so I just went ahead and shot the other molds too. You guys know what it looks like to shoot a mold, so I didn't figure I'd sit there and make you watch. So I went ahead and did the Mogambo, the rig, the river rig. You saw me do the Tracer Shads, and I got the little Bandito knockoff over here. So we are gonna, I guess we'll just start on the left, work our way over. This one I think is gonna look really good. Starting off with the belly. It looks cool. Oh yeah, that's nice. Let's get some light so you can. I love that mold. I wish it wasn't a single cavity. Not that I can sell them, but when I make them for myself, I could make more than one. Anyway, yeah, I knew that was going to look good. All right, here's the test. Let's see how we do with our Tracer Shads. I don't see bubbles because you guys are awesome. Let's start with this last one. Oh, I'm out of frame. 0 bubbles. Check it. Nice. All right, look at that belly. Oh, this thing is such a sexy mold. Good grief, look at that. The separation just right at the shoulder. Yeah, that's awesome. So if you don't have this mold, these baits, when you fish them, especially if you give your rod a little Alabama shake on a ball head, it rotates. And I'm assuming it's the shoulders. If you look, like it's the belly's in and the top is just like a 1/16 of an inch past where the belly is. So as it drops in the water column, it almost acts like the square bill on a crankbait, and it causes it to go boom, boom, boom slightly. But if you're giving it the old Alabama shake, it will really bounce like this. So I wanted a belly that was really full of flash because it'll throw light around, and that really does trigger strikes. I have underwater footage of it. If you search my my website, not my YouTube channel, if you go to my website, find a bait that I have Tracer Shads in, you can click on go down to baits, hit the drop down, and then pick Tracer Shad, and then there's a video. So it'll show the Tracer Shad, but then if you're on your phone, swipe from left to right, or just click to the next one. It's actually a short video, and when it gets closer to the camera, you can see it is boom, 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 boom. That is what the bait was designed to do, according to Chris Jones, and I think he is friends with those guys at Angling AI, so I'm sure he is well informed. So anyway, it's not like it's a new mold. I don't have to sell you guys on it, and let's just move down the line here. These are pre-rigged because, well, let's face it, this color looks good, and I had no hesitations. All right. Oh, that's not Mogambo. I thought that was Mogambo. This is the rig. Let's see. Oh yeah. Come on. I love that. Now, if you notice, when I started the video, I did not name the color. I wanted to see the color before I named it. I had a color in mind, and I think I'm going to go with it. I think I'm going to call this color Shimmer. So I almost said Shimmer Shad, but it is, you guys who sell baits, let me know if you've seen this. It is crazy. how much anglers cling on to a name. I've heard people with my baits on a body of water or a river, and they'll be like, oh, this bait's called lilac shad. I know there's no shad in here, but we're gonna try it anyway. I'm like, it's just a name I made up, man. There's no such thing as a lilac shad. They get hung up on names. So I don't think I'm gonna be attaching, unless it's like a straight up copy like bluegill, and it's obviously a bluegill color. I'm not gonna start calling things, I'm gonna stop calling things shad unless it is like a gizzard shad or a blueback, something like that. But anyway, yeah, that looks really good. I love that the top is opaque and you can't see the jig inside, but the belly's clear. That's nice. This bait also rocks. And I don't know that it's because of the body shape. I think it's because of the weight of the tail. If you look, it's fat and then it gets skinny here, and then look, it gets fat again on the tail. The guy that designed my baits, I did not design that. The guy that turns my drawings into CAD designs reached out and said, hey, I suggest you do this, here's why. And I was like, you, sir, are the man, let's do that. And I think it's that weight in the tail that causes this bait to also rock back and forth in the water. So that's gonna be really good. That should produce, especially on reaction bites. Now this one, I wasn't sure. It's a little bait, and these colors aren't bold. So this one was either gonna look horrible or great. And I think it might be great. Just got molds all over the place. Let's get that in there. Oh yeah. I will say the only thing I don't like about having the same color and going from big baits to little baits, look at the difference. Like that is a lot more bold, whereas that blue, see? Like it looks like two different colors, but you saw, I mean, well, you didn't see me shoot these, but take my word for it. It came out of the shooting star. I didn't change the recipe, but these tiny baits, the color doesn't always come through the same way. And that, I didn't notice it until I was putting the pictures on my website, and because I'm putting them on one after the other, I was like, why does this river rig look so different from the other ones? But that's why I have them on there like that, so you can see what you're ordering if you order. Let's see, did I open everything? Yes, Mogambo, this. Now, I'm actually gonna show you guys a new mold. This is my next custom bait. Nobody's seen it. Well, that's not true. 5 people have seen it. I have some guys testing it. So when we come back, I will have already shot it, and I'm going to show you my next custom bait. I've actually had it for a couple of months, and it was my first crap that didn't work. But we have figured it out, so I just have to get it fixed. But I'm going to show that to you here in a minute, so you will have never seen this bait before because I'm the only one who makes it, and I've never sold it. So we'll be right back. Alrighty, here we go. This is the latest custom mold I had made. I don't have a name for it. I will show you here what went wrong, actually. I was so excited. I mean, heartbroken when I realized what had happened. So I'm just gonna pull one out so you can see. And yeah, it was supposed to be pre-rigged. I don't think in the end, oh, you're out of focus. Sorry, guys. I don't think when it's all said and done that I'm going to have this bait be pre-rigged, and I'll explain why. But it is just a small, lifelike looking paddle tail. The problem was that I got the idea to do that. I believe it was an Epic Bait Molds swim bait, had a little fin off the back, and I just thought that was awesome. It was way more realistic, gave a more lifelike profile in the water, so I was all in. Reached out, made this paddle tail. It is basically the profile of a common shiner. I Googled what are the most common bait fish in the lakes and rivers here in the Shenandoah Valley, and one of the most common things that came up on every list was the common shiner. So I looked one up, sketched it out, sent it to my guy, and then took a picture of the epic I can't think of the name of the bait now. It's on the tip of my tongue. Slouch? Maybe the slouch? I can't remember now. But I took a picture of it. I said, can you do that on the back of my boot tail? He was like, absolutely. So turns out what that does, it acts like a rudder. So if you're looking down on it, so you know how paddle tail is supposed to go left, right, left, right, left, right. Because that's there, it doesn't. It makes the bait rigid in the water, and the whole thing just blows out and looked horrible. I was almost crying on the edge of the pond, looking at it, going, no! But then I realized, and at the pond, I just used my teeth. I just picked it up and did that. and cut that fin off, and we were good. So that little fin sticking off the back was the problem. Now I wanted this bait to be 3 inches, and by cutting that off, it's not. So, and I don't want to sell baits that I have to take scissors to. That's Bobo. That's not how I don't roll that way. So I'm gonna have them redo the mold, redo the design, delete the fin. I wanted it, but it looks good. I probably would have sold a bunch once, because you look at it and you're like, oh, that's cool, but then it fished like garbage. So nobody would have bought anymore. So anyway, I have to have them take the fin off the back, and I'm gonna have them lengthen it a little bit, probably in this area here, so that it is indeed a 3-inch paddle tail. But realistic. And I'm not gonna do it pre-rigged. Even with those pre-rigged, it's better. Oh, where did I put it? Over here. It's better, but it still has a little bit of a, like this. The whole thing kind of rotates in the center on this axis, and it's weird. But it fishes really good on the ball head, like super good on the ball head. Dead on straight, and we're catching fish on them. And I have a little eye socket, so I can put eyes on them. So I'm excited about that. Anyway, have no idea what I'm gonna call it. If you guys have ideas and don't mind me using it, if it's a good idea, drop it in the comments. I may just use it. And if I do, I'll tell you what, I will send you multiple bags of bait of whatever color on my website that you want. So if I choose a name that you suggest for this bait, then yeah, you'll get free baits. And just in case you choose the name I was leaning towards, and I'm not anymore, but I was thinking about calling it the Shina, like with an A instead of an R at the end. But now that I see so many people get hung up on Shiner and Shad, no, there's no Shiners in here. I don't want it to be Shad or Shiner or Minnow. Oh, well, I mean, obviously, so a Minnow would be, any kind of a Minnow or something would be fine, but I won't pick a name like that. But yeah, if y'all want to get creative, let me know what you think. I should be releasing this probably in the spring, and maybe with one of your names. So I think that's it. Here, let me do this so that you guys can see one last time. I'm gonna pick my GoPro up here. So these are the baits in the rig. My little bandito. Spin this around. And the Mogambo, that looks really good. And then just a stack of the river rigs. And then of course you saw the botworm looking good. So guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for all the help that you've been giving, all the love on the channel. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And as always, stay bent.